Yep.
Good morning, Sally.
Good morning.
Lockdown, Sally.
Lockdown, Sally. Woohoo! We've got 3 and a bit weeks to go.
Well, maybe it's another 12 months for you.
Oh, don't.
You are on good behaviour, but I'm not entirely sure Daniel Andrews is happy with you. Not entirely sure about this, so.
Oh, look, I'm allowed out for 1 hour a day, Harry.
Yeah.
How much trouble can I get into?
Yeah.
It's shocking. It's just shocking. Anyway.
I'm not going to answer that. I might incriminate you.
I'm just being creative at home. I'll tell you what, the house has never looked better. I'm cleaning out room by room. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's good. I'm going to, are you still there? I think I've lost you. Here we go, back again. Yeah, my mouse is doing funny stuff. So what I wanted to talk about today was could, should, would.
Oh, yeah, good one, Harry. That's really good.
So we all procrastinate.
Yep.
I'm an expert on procrastination. Really, I am.
Are you? Really?
Yes. And I've got some statistics on it. I'm not alone. There was a study by Steele in 2007 that showed that 5% of people were chronic procrastinators, and this had risen to 26% date of a study. There was another study by Gura in 2008 which showed that 40% of those experienced financial loss because they procrastinated.
Yep.
So things like not taking up financial opportunities, not doing a tax on time, maybe not doing a tax at all.
Yeah, but even down to bill paying, you know, people putting off paying off bills, and then they're getting the late fees, they're getting the interest, disconnection notices. It even affects your credit rating. So not paying the bills was quite a big one when I was... So
there was a study by the University of Windsor in Canada. That's Maggie's territory, I think. And they report 46% report a decline in happiness and an increase in stress.
Yep.
And really an undermining, or in some cases a destruction of relationships.
Yep.
When are you going to fix that bloody leaking tap?
Or mow the lawn.
Why haven't you oiled the squeaky door?
Yeah. Putting it, absolutely.
So on and so on.
Absolutely.
So I sent you a matrix. It's called the Eisenhower matrix. Not this. I didn't know he invented it, but it's about classifying what's urgent and important, or not urgent and not important.
Yep.
Apparently, procrastinators, when something is urgent, go into quadrant 3.
Yep.
Until it's dire emergency, and then they go back into 1.
Yeah. Important and urgent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you doing in the half an hour before this call, Sally?
I was cramming it in to do my seed sheet at the last minute, right? Because
so you were doing that. You were doing exactly that.
I was exactly that, like last minute. And there's all different types of procrastinators, but that one in one particular thing I was reading is called the, work best under pressure. The lucky ones, leave it to the last minute. The crisis maker, you know, just cram because I work best under pressure. I do my best work under pressure, don't you? Everyone's
not always. No, I have to say, no, I don't. And I think there's maybe a perfectionist streak in there somewhere.
Yeah,
maybe for some people.
Yeah,
but you know, the solution to that is to set a start date.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Writing a list and putting some, you know, I think writing a list and then prioritizing things and putting due dates next to them as well.
So how long's your list?
Oh, I'm a list maker and I have pages, not just one, but then I highlight my top 3. I always like to pick 3 to do because otherwise it's overwhelming.
So Sally, what were your top 3 for today? We know the secret one. What are the other 2?
Yeah. What to get done today?
Yeah.
Well, send out Zoom links for my meetings later. That's actually really important to do. And started my licensing, which is due 2 weeks ago. But anyway.
Well, on my list, and I've got 3 things on my list.
Yep.
I've got to finish editing and load a testimonial onto my website, video testimonial.
Yep.
I've got to finish compiling some notes that the manufacturer gave me about our camper trailer.
Yep.
And then I was going to contact my client's dad about my client being locked out in the rain for 2 hours at a childcare centre.
That's just appalling. Appalling.
It's a breach of duty of care. Yeah.
Yeah, it's harassment, bullies.
So that's on my list. Yeah. And then I've got to go to Westpac, which will be fun because we're going. Anyway, Westpac's number 4.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yep. Yes, I've got lots on my list. Now, when I was looking up, there's all different types of procrastination and they've got different labels or names. But as you mentioned before, there's the perfectionist that just, unless it traumatizes them if they fear of not being perfect, getting things, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Then there's another one called the imposter, where they feel they may be unqualified or inferior and so don't feel that they're, they're worthy enough, if you like. Then there's the dread-filled, because doing tasks that are just boring or unpleasant, like, I don't know, taking the rubbish out or cutting the lawns or, I don't know, doing your tax because it's boring or it's hard work. There's the overwhelmed where
Going to work.
Going to work.
Would be the main thing.
Getting
Big thing
on
for
Monday
most
morning.
people.
Yeah. Monday-itis. That's a big one.
Trapped with generous superannuation. Public servant disease.
Yeah, you often speak about that.
Trapped by people who are underqualified and have, limited choices.
Yep.
Have financial stress. I mean, if you've got a couple of maintenance payments and
absolutely
so on, that's hard financially.
Yep. You just have to stick with your boring old job. Yeah.
That wonderful quote by Thoreau that most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Remember that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And that's not uncommon.
No, particularly these days.
I don't think particularly these days. I think it's just.
Yeah, but I just think.
Come to the surface. Well, maybe now.
Well, but also just with the challenging times now, there's going to be more and more job losses, and so just to have a job, that's.
You voted him in.
I did not.
You did not.
Don't get political on me. No. It's like, oh my God. I know Melbourne's going down the toilet. It's frightening. The overwhelmed is another.
So I think the 2 groups you just mentioned are around about fear.
Yep.
Yep.
But I like this one gets me a bit, the overwhelmed. There's just too much to do, so you just avoid it completely. It's just, and so much is overwhelming, right? It's like if you don't write a list, if you don't prioritize, if everybody's got so much to do in this busy 24/7 world. And so prioritizing really helps reduce that overwhelm. And just, my to-do list is really 2 pages, and it's like, whoa, okay, step back. And so I highlight the ones like we were just talking about, doing your stuff, because it does become overwhelming. I put my tax off for 7 years or something because it was too overwhelming. I didn't want to deal with it. I've dealt with it now, but that was a long time, and I lost a lot of money because of that.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Terrible. And then what else did I have here? There's the dreamer. That's another type of procrastinator, where you've got great plans but don't actually action anything. So great dreams, thinking of all these wonderful things but doing nothing. And then there's, as we said before, those like myself before, work best under pressure and doing things at the last minute. The crisis maker, or they're also known as the lucky ones.
Yeah, look, I'm not convinced that's a good strategy.
It got me through uni.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
A lot of students just cram at the last minute, It's just,
well, yeah, look, if the exam is about short-term memory, that works pretty well.
Just to get you through.
But I think there are a couple of elements underneath this. One is about poor self-control.
Yep.
And about addiction to easy rewards, dopamine rewards, instant gratification. So when you go down to, position 3 on that Eisenhower matrix, what are you getting? You're getting rewards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then when I worked for Coles Myer, they employed lots of MBAs from very prestigious universities. And if you asked them to do something, often it took a really long time because they got into analysis paralysis.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
So look, I've done a little bit of a model. I think the first thing to do is, you know, if you've got important things to do in your life, maybe the first thing to slot in is to relax and recharge.
Yep. Did you say recharge?
Relax and recharge.
Yep. Relax and recharge.
And then I think the second thing that's useful for me is to recognize my fears.
Yeah, good one.
What am I afraid of? Is I won't get to want to read my book. Holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the third one is give yourself reward-based goals.
Yep.
If there's no reward attached to doing 7 years of tax, well, don't do it.
Yeah. Yep.
There's no reward to putting out the garbage.
Yep.
Maybe the gardener's hiding behind the fence. Don't put it out.
Yeah. I think that reward is really important. I had that down on mine too. Really important.
And then of course, pull your finger out and start.
Yep. Just pull your finger out and just get on with it. Absolutely super important. Super important. Just do it. And, you know, as Marcus says, what is it? Go move faster than the speed of disbelief, just so that you can overcome that fear or the whatever it is that's holding you back.
Yeah, as long as it's a goal that is in accordance with your values and not somebody else's values, because a whole lot of the stuff that we got taught was not in accordance with my values.
Yep.
So this thing about being on Instagram 4 times a day, I don't want to do that. I don't want clients like that, actually.
No, and I'm the same way. You've got to do it for you.
Got to be discerning.
Yep, absolutely.
So I've got a little poem, which not entirely original. So I got 3 lines from this website called Diligence Ditties. Work, play, rest, I choose, each in season due. Do not your time misuse. Life is much more fun.
Harry, that's lovely. Oh, you're on a roll today. Absolute roll today. What was I going to say? Oh, I know. I mean, there were stats coming left, right and centre about procrastination, and then it's increased like 5-fold since the 70s and all that sort of stuff. And one of the biggest impacts is financially due to procrastination, as we're saying about bills and things. But other areas of procrastination, what else did I have down here? Where is it? Something about like not buying, leaving Christmas shopping till Christmas Eve, you know, missing out on concert tickets because, you know, not sure, should I do it, shouldn't. And that's happened to me a number of times, and then I've kicked myself, like, why didn't I go and see that concert? And then, you know, it's terrible. But what else do you procrastinate about, Harry?
Writing my book is a big one.
Yep.
Organizing, so sending out invitations to things I find quite hard.
Really?
Yeah, scheduling, you know, Eventbrite stuff like that. I find, anyway, I do it, I'm getting better at it, but there's something there. I mean, I always had PAs to do it when I was working.
Right, yeah.
It's something I'm not particularly good at, but I'm working at it.
Yeah.
So the Eventbrite thing we're running on Thursday, I
Yep.
did that straight away after the last one.
Yeah.
And it was easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, things in the garden sometimes I put off. We've got a path I haven't laid for months.
Yep.
I just don't want to do it at the moment. Yeah.
And
What do you procrastinate about?
Oh God, my list is huge. And when I look at the different areas of where people procrastinate, you know, around their health, you know, I'll start that diet tomorrow. I know.
I fessed up about mine. What about yours?
At the moment, I just can't get into doing submitting my licensing paperwork stuff.
Licensing for?
pillar stuff, and it's just a lot of work, and it's with no end goal for me, in reward really, to get it done. It's like, it's just, oh man, paid my money, but I haven't done the paperwork. I just can't. It's just because, you know, a lot of the reasons why we procrastinate are that it's either boring or it's difficult or it's uncomfortable, and all three of those tick my boxes with that. It's boring. There's no end goal reward for me out of it. It's just a lot of work.
Then why bother? If there's no reward, why bother?
That's just a requirement. So,
whose requirement? Yours?
yeah, no, it's not mine. It's just part of the deal, right? So that's what I've been procrastinating for about 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just difficult. But you know what? What I've put off for years. I've been in this house 8 years and cleaning it up, and I'm doing it now because I've got the time. But you know, once again. And the more you put it off, the bigger the work you're going to get through. And that's just, how many weeks have we been in lockdown now? A long time anyway. And I'm still going. If you should see, I have all the kids' teddies and all their old toys. I've got this sunken lounge area, and it's absolutely overflowing with stuff. So I've finished upstairs, and now I'm starting on the downstairs.
So don't throw all the teddies away, because they're really valuable for grandkids. They become treasures.
Exactly. Someone said that yesterday. So that's what I'm doing. What's the best way to store them?
Just one for each child. You don't need 10. Just one.
I'll send you a photo later. I've got hundreds.
Just one. Put it in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Throw the rest away.
Yeah.
Get the kids to identify their favourite one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I do.
One.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Thanks for fessing up.
I know. Oh, but the thing is, when you procrastinate, it plays on your mind too, and gives you a headache. You know, it plays on in the back of your mind. Oh, I've got to do this. I've got to do that. So I find writing it down a lot easier because, it's 11:11. It takes it off and down. And that was part of my top tips about how to overcome procrastination.
Hey, Sal, have you ever found an old list where you've got 10 things on it?
Yeah.
And they've all expired. They're all date expired. And you think, great, I can throw that in the bin.
That one's gone now. No, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because I'm deleting a lot of my old emails. I had 60,000 emails on my inbox, and it was really full. Most of those were unread, so I'm slowly going through them. And
what's your unread message count in your inbox? Well,
now it's down to 54,783.
Oh my God.
I've reduced it by 6,000 in 2 days.
Silly. I try to get mine below 100.
See, this is another thing I procrastinate about. It's just like, it's boring, right? Deleting emails. It's just a time waster for me.
It's about well, a lot of them you need to just unsubscribe.
Yeah.
I go through that regularly, unsubscribing.
Yeah, but to me, it's just a waste of time. But then once again, it's built up to the point that it's affecting me. You know, I can't get all of my emails efficiently. I can't log on to Telstra webmail because it's you can't get me in. I've got too many in there.
There's a problem.
There is a big problem. Yeah. Or Telstra in general is a big problem. So coming back to my top tips to how to overcome procrastination is, one, just write a list, because you're bringing it up, out, and putting it down. It's taking it off that playing on your mind. Pick top 3 out of all of those, highlight them or whatever, and then start with three action steps with a due date. And then the final thing is reward yourself when you've achieved them, or for progress, whatever it is, but really pat yourself on your back, because it inspires you to keep going. And there's nothing more rewarding than doing a big tick off your to-do list. Nothing more rewarding for me than to tick it off, cross and tick. Yeah. Do you tick off? Very
good. I endorse that 100%. I probably would say pick the top 3 and start with one step.
Yeah, one step.
Some people 3 is overwhelming.
Okay, yeah, just one simple small step to get.
I think one small step at a time is where we really get progress.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. So, yeah.
Yep.
That's a good topic. It's
a great topic. And when you look at the stats, it's just more and more people are procrastinating for all the different reasons that we discussed. But, you know, perfectionism, or it's all too hard, trying to avoid it, or don't know where to start, all that sort of stuff. and then, you know, fear of not being good enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So when you go out for your prescribed hour a day, how far are you allowed to go?
5K.
And do you think these restrictions are sensible?
A lot of them no at all, but you know what, at the end of the day, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff, but I think just to get through it, that we all come together as a strong community and say whatever it takes. And if it's just mentally, you know, satisfying people by putting a mask on and just staying within a certain area and limiting your exposure to other people, then so be it. If that's going to get us across the line, whatever it will take.
So do you remember Anne-Marie Wazinski?
Yep. And she's on the front line in the States.
So, you know, she sent me something yesterday, and what I said in reply was that I just don't understand why there is no dialogue around, one, excess deaths.
Yeah.
And two, boosting the immune system.
Yeah.
There's no discussion about boosting the immune system.
That's the key to all of this, right?
And I just think the level of debate is pathetic. It's all around building faster ambulances.
Yeah.
Same. So I'm disappointed by the whole debate.
Yeah. Did you say excess deaths?
Yeah. So if we look at a society, you get death rate, whatever it is, per year.
Yep.
What is the death rate now?
Yep.
It's actually lower.
Yep. Well, there's less
people aren't dying of flu.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Exactly right.
So what are the excess deaths?
Yeah.
Actually, there aren't any.
No,
in some places.
Yep.
So why are we destroying the economy?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm 110%. And my whole thing been banging on the entire time is just, you know, boost your immune system. Vitamin C, vitamin D, whatever, all that.
I'm taking vitamin D supplements as a result of my research.
Yep, me too. D3. Yep. And Armour Force and vitamin C. Yep, doing it all every day. And that's what I do anyway during winter. So, yeah, but just to boost it all. So I know it's just trying to get us across the line, Harry. It's just, you know, what's really pissing me off is watching my friends posting on Facebook. Like, I've got some friends that have just gone off to whale watch up north, and it's like, don't rub it in. I just want to get out of this suburb.
You can unfriend them. They're not being very nice.
They're not doing it on purpose. They're ex-Melbourne people.
One of my friends, who's a photographer, escaped through the Queensland border just before it shut.
Escaped to Queensland or from?
Yeah, to Queensland. From here. Here.
Wouldn't it be nice? It's nice and warm up there too. Anyway, can't procrastinate about that because it's just not possible.
Yeah, good. All right, well, I look forward to next week. I don't know what we're going to do.
It'll just come to us at the last minute.
If you're around at 11:15 next Thursday, rock up to our little webinar.
Is that this Thursday, the 27th?
This Thursday, yeah.
Oh, so you're not doing business breakfast?
No, 11:15. I think I'll go face-to-face in Queanbeyan on Thursday.
All right, awesome. Okay, Harry.
But it's called Nurture Your Spectrum, and it's a Facebook event.
Nurture Your Spectrum.
And an Eventbrite event. So
okay.
Either way, the three of us are going to share some of our wisdom to try and reduce stress in those with autistic kids.
Yeah, excellent. Just all that work that you do is fantastic. So 11:15 on Thursday, the 27th. Beautiful. All right, Harry. Have fun. I'll see you later. Okay. Bye.